intoxicants and creativity. It takes us into that core question of what's my goal? Because if your highest goal is to write stories that when you look at them you say, oh, this is good and it sells, well, maybe under the influence of intoxicants, you write stories that sell better. Maybe. I don't necessarily think that's going to be true, but even for a moment, let's assume that it is. That leads you very quickly into this, the ends justify the means mentality. What if I say to you, what about the guy whose highest goal is to become CEO of the company? Can he lie about his colleagues to get there? Can he steal their work to get there? Again, depends what your highest goal is. If you have no worry about the karmic consequences and all you're worried about is becoming CEO, then sure, step on everyone's head, cheat, lie, steal. If that's your only goal. But for most of us, we're pretty aware that even though being CEO might sound nice to some of us, writing stories that sell might sound nice to others, writing songs that sell might sound nice to others. The means are not worth it. You see this in Hollywood, in Bollywood, in the world of showbiz. Is it worth sleeping with the casting agent or the director or the producer to get a part? Well, if your only goal is to get one, and you're going to do whatever is necessary, okay. But for most people, no, that's, A, it's obviously a wrong way to do anything, but B, no. From a core place of truth, no matter how much I might want to be a Hollywood or Bollywood star, maintaining my dharma, my dignity, my purity, my truth is much more important. And if the only way to get there is to sleep my way there, okay, forget it. I guess God had something else in mind for me. Because I'm not going to do it. It's not worth it. And so this is where you have to decide what is your highest goal. If the highest goal is the end, any means, okay. But what I would say about intoxicants on every level, because it comes up about creativity, it comes up about spirituality, it comes up about for fun, is look, if you are prepared to spend your entire life intoxicated, sure, start. I'm not sitting here as the moral police to say, that's bad, you're bad. I mean, I can say, it's not my choice. If you came to me for advice, I would advise you against it. But what's most important to realize is that I've never met anybody yet who says, oh yeah, I'm prepared to spend my whole life intoxicated. What people think is, oh, I'm just going to do it just until I can get there without them. I'm just doing it to catalyze the process. A process of spirituality, a process of creativity, whatever it may be. But the dilemma is that the intoxicants, they all have a half-life. And whether the half-life is 30 minutes or 8 hours or whatever it may be, if you're high, you come low, you come down. And then you have a choice. And the choice is either live down, get intoxicated again and go high, or figure out a way to get there without the drugs. And if that's going to ultimately be your goal. I will learn to get there without the intoxicants. I just need a head start. Well, it doesn't work like that. You start learning how to get there spiritually. Now, or tomorrow, or 2 weeks from now, or next year, whenever it may be. But no amount of taking the shortcut through intoxicants gives you a head start of getting there without them. You start the way everybody always starts, which is you sit down and you cross your legs and you close your eyes. And so what I would say is, unless you want to stay intoxicated forever, or unless you want to give up being a writer, figure out how to tap into that without the drugs. Or find a voice. It may not necessarily be the same voice that you have when you're intoxicated. Maybe it's a different voice. But find that true voice of creativity within you. What our world needs today, in writing, in songs, in poetry, in TV, in movies, all over the world, in all of our avenues, what we need is that which inspires us, which touches us, which shows us the truth. It's not about that which entertains me. And sure, a variety of chemicals may give you an ability to come up with visions and scenes and ideas and whatnot that are going to be more entertaining perhaps, more far out. But that gift that you have to give the world is in giving truth, in giving inspiration, in giving light. And that comes only from when we're deeply grounded within ourselves. And so it may be a completely different voice, but find that voice. It'll be different. And that's okay. And that's good. Because in that you will be a model for people of the joy and the beauty and the light and the inspiration that doesn't need chemicals. All of what they do is trigger our brain into states that we're actually able to reach without the chemicals. But you have to do the work. And so either decide that you're prepared to be on them forever, or close your eyes and meditate and find that place, that light, that inspiration without them. And it'll show the way for others as well.